I love Riverview. I heard the stories about Riverview long before I ever set foot here to film anything.
Action!
It's a very, very popular film location. I think it's probably one of the most used locations in Canada.
I love that it has a creepy vibe. I don't like to think about the things that might have happened here, but that stuff has taken place. I didn't have anything to do with it.
Maybe I'm just too grumpy, but I'm not really afraid of too much. So I got better things to do than be afraid of a ghost.
There are places that you walk by and you get chills down your spine. There are cold patches, there are feelings of unease. I might talk a big game, but I would not go in the tunnels by myself. I probably wouldn't go anywhere in Riverview at night by myself.
Riverview Hospital is very famous in Vancouver. It's an abandoned mental hospital, and so the old rumor is that it's haunted, and there's a lot of history in this place that you can feel when you're here.
From 1913 to 2012, Riverview Hospital was home to British Columbia's most psychotically disturbed patients, including the criminally insane.
It's got a long and creepy history, and I certainly know from first-hand experience how weird it can be, because probably about 15 years ago, the first time I worked in this building, I wandered off to sort of explore and look around, and I went down this hallway, and of course this was before they gutted a lot of these rooms, and some of them still had padding in there and fingernail marks in the walls, and one of the doors in one of the hallways actually swung closed and locked behind me. I was stuck in there for about a half an hour, and it was really intensely frightening. I don't wander off anymore. I don't wander off. I don't know what I might find.
My mother and my uncle, they worked here when it was a fully operational facility. This definitely was a place that was, you know, like a prison for a lot of people. The irony that we're shooting it as a prison is very fitting, I guess. I personally haven't experienced or heard anything, but some of the stories that I've heard from other actors who've worked here, and you know, it's pretty far out. So,
during a break in the shooting of Vendetta, director Jen Soska was joined by a team from the Vancouver Paranormal Society to tour the tunnels underneath the hospital to try and contact the spirits said to be roaming the facility.
So dark there. I'm glad there was a group of people with me, but just going down there, the first time you go down there and it's pitch dark and it's cold and you hear sounds, I just had those awful feelings in my stomach walking around.
We've got a vast range of equipment. Each tool does a different task. We do have smaller handheld tools that can pick up temperature changes, EMF fluctuations as well, which could also constitute to paranormal activity as well.
Is there anyone here? Maybe someone who doesn't want to be here anymore? It feels funny asking, like, you want to ask for a sign and you want something because you're taping, but then part of you is like, I don't want anything. When we went into that little room, it did feel very, very creepy. It had that heavy kind of feeling. Is there someone who might communicate with us?
During our filming, EMF detectors began to react to a small room off the main tunnel.
Do you have a name?
EMF is an electric magnetic field. It's basically the spirits use the electricity in the air. There's a certain amount of energy in the air. They either use it to manifest or coexist.
Do you have a name? We mean absolutely no disrespect. We just want to be here for you.
The team was also able to tour the 4th floor. It is said to be the most paranormally active area of the hospital.
4th floor is where they did the lobotomies, apparently.
Again, my name is Russell.
There would have been a lot of trauma created from this place, and I would assume that there would be some sort of residual type energy in here.
Weeks after our shoot, a thorough review of the materials gathered proved inconclusive, and the debate over paranormal activity at Riverview continues.
Haunted, schmonted. I would love to see a ghost. I really would. The ghost would impress the hell out of me.
You don't have to be a believer in the paranormal to realize that there's stuff going on in here. You don't have to. I mean, there's stuff that goes on in there, and it's creepy.
I'm scared as anybody in a horror film or a suspense film, but here, shooting here, I feel no creepiness.
I heard a noise, like a guttural, throaty noise, and I just froze in my tracks, and I didn't dare even look left. I swiveled and turned my back to the room, and then just got the hell out.
I'm, a big believer in ghosts and the whole paranormal aspect of things, but I've yet to see a ghost. I'm very disappointed.
I can see stuff. I mean, this room we're in right now isn't exactly someplace I'd want to summer, but there's some creepy stuff that goes on here. It's a great set to shoot in, and maybe the fact that it is a real place adds a little something to it.
I know that a lot of people are saying, oh, they hear stuff, and you know what, there's... Okay, I take that back. Okay. What the heck was that? That was awesome, though.